Well, tariffs on Mexico and Canada were set to kick in at midnight, now paused for 30 days, but economists are still debating the potential impacts on consumers, businesses, and international trade.
Well, to understand this better, morning reporter Freya Barr talked to some economists about what this means for inflation, trade relationships, and our wallets. So, Freya, there's been some changes over the last 24 hours. What do you have as the latest this morning?
Well, right now, Canada and Mexico's government came to an agreement with the Trump administration, so those tariffs set to go into effect overnight are paused. But China's tariffs are still a go. Just to break down what tariffs are, they're essentially taxes on imported goods designed to protect domestic industries by making foreign products more expensive. That might help some businesses, but it can lead to higher costs for consumers. The United States is a major producer of many goods like construction materials and medicine, but American consumers also rely on imports for some everyday necessities like energy, clothes, and food. When it comes to tariffs, most economists see eye to eye.
Economists, we disagree on many things. But if you ask us about tariffs, 99.9% of the economists will tell you they are bad, they are awful.
And the threat is a trade war, and that hurts all countries equally. So it's basically kind of pulling the pin on a grenade and saying, if you don't play by my rules, I'm going to blow up everything.
Tariffs trigger two major ripple effects, historically speaking, according to the economic professors at Mercer and Middle Georgia State University. First, U.S. consumers take the hit, paying more as tariffs drive up cost. And second, with higher prices, people buy less, tightening the squeeze on economies relying on U.S. imports.
And when they impose tariffs against us, it hurts their consumers, but it also hurts our businesses.
Not only American families are going to hurt now, but now Canadian families are going to hurt, right? Because of the retaliation.
Retaliation that may strain relationships with trading partners, raising concerns about a potential trade war.
See, at the end of the day, we end up in a world in which we don't trade.
The modern economy is run on free trade, and the benefits of free trade are that we allow countries to participate in the global markets, and everybody produces based on their comparative advantage, which is basically a cost advantage. Whoever can produce it cheaper and more efficiently produces it there. When you use tariffs and you get into a trade war, all of a sudden you have to shift production back to where it's less efficient to produce those things, and it hurts everybody.
Now, what does that mean for you and consumers? Most economists say brace yourselves for price hikes.
The losses are much greater than the gains. So you might have small gains in one industry, but tremendous losses across the economy.
So if you want to go ahead and buy as much as you can before you see that, that would be my advice.
Now, we saw some of the responses from our neighboring countries over the weekend, and in the last 24 hours, already a lot's changed. Mexico and Canada came to an agreement with the U.S. yesterday, so for now, imports coming from our northern and southern borders will not have a tax. China's will, so you'll eventually see a 10% tax added to those goods at the store. And according to both economists, as ships start to arrive at ports, U.S. Customs and Border officials will begin to tax the importers bringing goods to the country. So you might not see an immediate effect at the grocery store. It could take about a week until the tariffs start. So in the meantime, we'll keep an eye on how the local central Georgia economy is affected.
Sign of the times, Freya. Thank you.